Welcome back, guys. So today we want to talk about the principles of design. When you combine the principle of design with elements of designs, you get a perfect design. And we've spoken about the elements of design, what we talked about, the shapes, images, text, and colors. So when you couple all these elements of designs with the principle of design, you're going to get a perfect and great design. So right now, let's talk about the 7 principles of design. And the first principle we are going to highlight, which is very important to every design you see out there, is emphasis. So what emphasis does is that it makes elements stand out. When you see a text or a particular part of a design that stands out, that is emphasis for you. Emphasis is our first principle, and it's all about making elements stand out. It is the very first thing you notice in a design. These things can take many forms. It could be something bigger, it could be bolder, it could be a unique color. So emphasis is of that importance, and it guides the viewer's eyes, helping them to focus on what truly matters, as you could see here. So we have emphasis, and emphasis as an English word helps you focus on what truly matters, and that's what we are seeing right here. Another principle we have is alignment and positioning. When we talk about alignment and positioning, this brings about organization in your design, the way you align it. So there are different types of alignments. You can align to the top, you could align an element to the bottom, you could align to the left, you could align to the right, you could align to the center. And this top, bottom, left, right alignment gives organization to your design, so it makes your design looks organized. So with alignment and positioning, you can get your text to align to the left, you can get any element in your design to align to the top. So it depends on what your alignment is. So when you see a neat design, you should know the alignment is good. And the next thing we want to talk about is contrast. Contrast is another principle. It involves using differences, whether in color, size, or shape, to make certain elements stand out, just like emphasis, but this is different to emphasis. Contrast is just you trying to create different varieties of elements. So you could see a contrast could be a different text or a different color. Contrast gives a visible difference between design elements, and it creates visual interest. So we have differences, it makes differences, it creates a visual interest, and it aligns with hierarchy, the concept of hierarchy. So we have white space as another principle. White space is very important. It's a breathing space. Most designs are always clumsy, but with white space you can give your design a breathing space. So it's often called a breathing space, which means the empty space around and between elements, providing clarity and reducing clutter. So you could see from here, this is a different white space. You could see that white space makes it more better. We have repetition. So repetition is a pattern you follow in design. So when you repeat something, you create a pattern of something in a design. It's very important. So repetition involves creating a consistent pattern throughout your design using repeated elements like shapes, colors, or fonts just to pass a message across. As you could see, repetition has been used in different logos like Adidas, and repetition goes across using it in designs, using it in flyers, using it in your logos. As you could see, Adidas used it here. They created a repeated pattern. And we have proportion. Proportion deals with the size and scale of elements within your composition. It ensures that everything fits together harmoniously. What proportion does is that it gives everything order. As you can see, something could be bigger, something could be smaller, but they are in the same circle. Proportion is just like the concept of same differences. And we have hierarchy. Hierarchy guides viewers' attention. It layers your design in steps or in levels. So hierarchy is all about movement and order within your design. It helps you organize elements to convey importance. So the most important elements will be at the top. That's hierarchy for you. And we have all these 7 principles being discussed. We've discussed about the emphasis. We've talked about the alignment and positioning. We've talked about contrast. We've talked about white space, and we've talked about repetition. We've talked about proportion, and we've talked about hierarchy. So these are the 7 principles of design, and these are things you need to make a great design. When you couple this with your elements in designs, you're going to get a great design. I hope to see you on the next one. If you've not subscribed to our channel just yet, do remember to subscribe, like, and share. Until the next one, bye for now.